and said that commercial real estate investments, you're very knowledgeable in this area as well, but commercial real estate investments could have an accelerated depreciation equal to heavy industrial equipment. Well, you look there, I mean, people start yawning. What did he just say? They're bored out of their mind. What does it really mean? You can depreciate 100% of commercial real estate in 7 years' time. So you see these little strip shopping centers, and they build them, and they occupy them. In 7 years, they fully depreciated that. So what do? They don't maintain them. There's no incentive to do that. Instead, they go build the next one. I mean, you'd have to be a darn fool not to make a profit on that kind of tax structure. So
you can see that all around here.
Exactly. I mean, the number of big box that you see constructed on one side of the road and closed on the other side of the road. Walmart's a perfect example of this. The inducements for local governments have brought them in, and then only to see them go to these so-called super Walmarts that they're building and all, leaving this empty shell. But they fully depreciated. Everything's fine. They don't need to worry about that.
That's ridiculous. So that was the case of a political decision that could have looked ahead a little more.
Exactly.
Over to University of Maryland, that strip there, I sat in on with the City College Park a few years ago, and they're redesigning a lot of things there. Lido's will be moving over to this development.
Bert, we only care about Bowie.
I know it. Lido's is in Bowie too, Marco's. Jim Marcos has Lido's Pizza here in Bowie. You don't have to go to College Park anymore.
Now I must tell you, and I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble with this, but I do that every so often.
Oh!
The Lido's over in Adelphi.
Yeah.
The original Lido's, as they would say. There is still a difference, and it is still the best. And I've been in 3 or 4 of their franchise, including the one in Annapolis, and it is just not the same. No matter what they say, it is just
well, I get mine
not the same.
from the freezer at the local drive.
But
$22.50 for a pizza. Come on.
Well, I get a full thing. Though.
No, actually, Jimmy Marcos's pizzas here at Bowie are legendary.
Yeah, he does pretty good since he's an original Lido guy. And his father still runs the other place. Well, his brother does.
His brother,
over
I think,
there. The father's there. I saw him about a month ago.
There's some sort of dispute over the Lido trademark. I'm not sure what's going on
I haven't
there.
followed that.
Yeah, it was something in the paper about it.
We've got 5 minutes. I'm going to put you on the spot. I want you to tell us what you see. You are an expert of sorts.
Of sorts, right.
What do you see as the future of Prince George's County and Bowie? What's down the road for us?
Yeah. I think the future is actually going to be very good. Mostly it's because of location. The population is going to continue to grow. Nationwide, we're adding another 100 million people in the next 30 years. Our location is great. We're neighbors to the biggest buyer and employer in the world.
True.
And we have a lot of the type of infrastructure, the rail and other stuff that are there. What is missing, and I say this not with offense to any particular person, but I think what is missing is a real vision of what it is we want to do and how we're going to do it.
Oh, I agree with you.
And so if we know that the future is becoming rail and transit oriented, and we can see that clear as anything, why isn't the county government just really aggressively pushing for its share and zoning and doing this? If we know that gas is going to be $6, $7, $8 a gallon, why are we continuing to induce sprawl? If we know that location is so crucial, why are there not some more concerted efforts for reinvestment and redevelopment inside of the Beltway?
Yeah.
Now, what happens in some areas, I don't know if you've been to Hyattsville recently, but they're building 400 and something in-town townhouses with retail on the bottom and residential above.
Was it like senior citizen housing?
And they're selling like crazy. In the recession, they're selling.
Well, Bowie is full of foreclosed houses.
I know this, but part of the reason for the Hyattsville, on one side of town you have the MARC commuter rail.
That's
two stops, 6 minutes, and you're at the nation's capital.
Yeah.
On the other side, over by the Prince George Plaza, you've got the metro stop. You can practically walk from just about anywhere, and of course you got the West Hyattsville metro stop as well.
Yeah.
So you got 3 stops there. You can walk from just about any place in Hyattsville. Now what's happening is these shiny brights I talked about earlier, just like if you've been to Silver Spring and see what's happening over there. By the way, the Route 301, Route 50 could have been a downtown Silver Spring. It could have been.
Could have been.
But When you say who's buying these townhouses at $400,000, it's the young professionals that are coming in,
Is that
the
right?
young families, and they're selling, and the retail's on the bottom. You really should go by and look at something. You'll be stunned.
Yeah, I will be
and,
stunned.
And to me, that's much more the future.
Yeah.
Even over in Prince George's Plaza, which historically had some difficulties.
Oh, yes, it did.
Next to it now, there are 5 or 6 brand new buildings that's become a mini town center.
Yeah.
Real good mixed use, high density, good design.
Well, the transportation's the thing. You know, when we go to Edinburgh, from our flat there, I go down the corner, get a bus, could go anywhere in the city,
Exactly.
change $2 and £2.50, about $5 a day, all day long. You can ride on them. You can switch to, you know, other modes. That's fantastic.
Absolutely. I've
It
been
is,
there.
but-
I've been there.
Oh, then you know
I
what I'm
understand-
talking
I
about.
understand
Yeah,
exactly
that
what you're
public
saying.
transportation is unbelievable.
Yes.
That's
very
good.
much.
The sprawl is what you're seeing a difference there. And here, we took years ago, shopping centers with the attractive thing, put it over there, keep the business of the resident here. This idea over there in Hyattsville, I think some of that's the College Park area too. But didn't we have something in Prince George's County one time, and I think around near the river, and there was some of that was designed for businesses on the first level.
Right.
But this is what old traditional towns were.
That's exactly what they were.
The
They
only
were
some
mixed use, beginning in the 1920s. And by the way, a portion of it actually came about from race. Interestingly enough, it wasn't a normal black-white. It was anti-Chinese, starting in Northern California, where they wanted to segregate the housing and the urban areas where the Chinese lived and so on. And they started Euclidean zoning. And they said, we're going to put housing here, we're going to put shopping here, we're going to put jobs there.
Yeah.
And since the 20s, that has been what happened. So now, if you wanted to do what all of our towns and the towns all around the world had, where you had the shops at the bottom and you had people that worked on them on the top and so on, even if you did that written big in the sense that maybe you're 6 stories of condos and apartments and 2 stories of office and 1 story of retail. You can't do it in most places.
Except
As
the
they
final-
say on
final
CNN,
thing,
that's
though,
the
and
final word.